Welcome to another episode of the Center Circle Podcasts, where we talk all things football. Me and this crazy group of people.
Gentlemen.
You guys are not gentlemen.
Crazy
You
gentlemen.
guys are not like
I'm gentle. I don't.
the
Okay. I mean,
closest
a
thing to a
gentleman. Yeah.
gentleman on this table is Little Giant over here.
Wow.
Like the rest of you guys, absolute menaces to society.
Bro.
This guy, yo.
You mean Chappy Chase?
I mean Chappy Chase.
This is the year 2024, the year of no grief for anybody. Are we together?
I love the fact that he's one claiming
It's
it by
only no.
himself.
It's only no.
But lovely to be here as always because I don't like talking about football with like all these overly sensible people. I like the maniacs, and I've got maniacs with me in Chappy Chase. I've got an Arsenal maniac with me in Chooks. I've got a very like concise, reasonable maniac. A little giant. A gentle Agbero. I love you guys, fam. I love football.
Hi man. How
So,
you doing?
bro, I'm good.
Good to be back on the show.
Yeah. So, look, like, we've got some things lined up today. I will put this in order of priority and sequence. First things first. I'm on Nigeria now. We have to rep the home nation. The Super Falcons have qualified for the Olympics. So that's something for us to be proud of.
Yeah.
Clappy clap now. Why are you doing like that? Clap,
Clap for the women.
Clap for the women. Like, yeah, it's all about. Hopefully they do win the medal because I don't know about you guys. I know a lot of people felt a lot of camaraderie and a lot of like love for what the Super Eagles were able to do at the AFCONs. But I'm one of those people who was disappointed. I like to win. Right, I like the bragging rights that comes with winning. I like gold. I don't really like all that silver or bronze. So I'm hoping that the girls go there and show up. They show up. They show out. Not accepting second. Not accepting third. Perform to the peak, and win it. That's my hope.
Let's see what happens.
I think on this case, there's this football balance. They came to the party. The Olympics is going to be hosted in France, July 26 to August 11. We don't, like you said, you want gold, so that will tell how far they are going. The Falcons have reached the quarterfinal at the last FIFA Women's World Cup, and they're now qualifying for this event since 2008. They lost in the third round of qualifiers in 2016. They won for Rio, Brazil, and 2020 Tokyo to both Equatorial Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. And they've only previously played where we had the dream team of the second batch, captained by Barbaro, in 2000, in 2004, I think, Athens, where Carlos Tevez burst into fame, and in 2008. So, Randy Waldrum doing good. The French girl, Chiamaka, she's based in France, goalkeeper. I think there are connections. Things are coming home for us. It was a nervy first leg one goal. I think a penalty scored by Ajibade. But, I mean, the girls did the needful. South Africa of late see themselves shoulder-to-shoulder contestants against us. So that makes the victory and bragging right even double celebrations.
I love personally. Yeah, it's just such a big thing for me when we do one up on our neighbors. So if we beat South Africa, beat Ghana, you get that thing this sweet.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Oh yeah. I mean, congratulations to the Super Falcons triumphing over the Bayanas. I hope. I mean, at this point, I just hope that they carry the same momentum to go to the Olympics and actually do the nation proud. It's going to be a tall order. I mean, I know you like to win. We all like to win, but we know it's not easy out there, especially when we are playing in the world stage. And for me, I just want them to do better than whatever previous appearance they've had in that competition. For me, that's a realistic goal. And if we go ahead to win the Olympic gold, female Olympic gold, that would actually be a very huge plus and a boost to Nigerian football and even African football
Absolutely.
in general. So yeah, big ups, congratulations to the Super Falcons. Let's see what they put up in France.
Chappy, you got anything to say about this? Because I've got topics.
I just have to congratulate the Super Falcons for qualifying for the Olympics, and I think to me, well, if I am going to give my prediction, I think the Super Falcons will come out great. I mean, we have one of the best team representing Africa in the competition. So I think we can go ahead, smash our odds and come back with a trophy. That's what I feel.
That has to be the goal. That has to be the goal.
But
That's
in
pretty-
Nigeria's group, I'm thinking now we have Spain there,
We have
and
Brazil.
I think we have Brazil too.
Brazil
Brazil,
is
Spain.
in our group.
Yes.
I don't. Are Holland there too?
No, I think
But I'm sure of Spain, Brazil. So man,
You don't see him now.
he don't say. Everybody go chop breakfast.
But here's the thing here. I just feel like, you know what, bring it. Like,
Yeah, bring it on.
I mean,
bring it. I mean,
I like the energy. Let's go for it.
win
Like I
it by
said.
beating the big ones.
Mhm.
That's what I like to see.
Look at Cote d'Ivoire at the Nations Cup, qualifying with just 3 points from their group.
Going
so
on to-
on.
And then once you bust into the next stage,
Yeah.
so maybe if the girls can even have 2 draws, Brazil, Spain, and manage to win 1, they'll be a contender in that group.
That's nice. We look forward to seeing how that plays out. Okay, so now I'd like us to touch on something which has been, honestly, just dominating conversations here in the Central Circle podcast. It's been dominating conversations about football anywhere in the world. Bros, Premier League title race this season. 3-horse race is not something that we have seen often by this time of the season. I mean, we've had some 2-horse races. Typically, in the last couple of years, by this point, everybody kind of like already knows who's going to win. But that's different this year because we still have Arsenal, you still have Liverpool.
On top of the table.
On top of the table, yeah.
Like that.
Nice to point that out.
Arsenal table toppers.
Arsenal table toppers. I mean, we had this brief moment like by last week. I think Liverpool was still topping it. But we'll touch on something that made that change. But Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, phenomenal season thus far. Like, we're just looking forward to seeing who will come out on top. So, title race this season. And there was an opportunity over the weekend for Liverpool to kind of like really put themselves there at the forefront. Liverpool, Manchester United, that's the game that we're going to talk about right now. Before I even like give my opinion, let's start with Chappy. Chappy, let's start with you before we go around because I can see Chooks smiling already. That game must have felt so good for Chooks. Chappy, your title prospects as it is now, are you still feeling confident? Liverpool couldn't get the job done against Man United. Arsenal now are back on top. There are fewer games to play. How are you feeling?
Well, that's one thing about football. That's just how it goes. Sometimes you make plans for something and then the opposite happens. But we just have to give kudos and give respect to Manchester United. They are not a small team. We need to understand that. They may not be playing at their best for the past maybe 5 seasons, 6 seasons. But at the same time, we need to give respect to Manchester United. They've been a good side this season. They've tried to pick themselves up from the dust. They try to play, good football. Even though they're still not at their best, they try. So going to Old Trafford, which is like our nemesis, it's a place where during the time of Sir Alex Ferguson, it is a ground where when Liverpool goes there, it's always it's either it's either Liverpool lose the game or they pray for a draw. They pray for a draw. But these days, I mean, it's not the same. But all of a sudden, I just find that the Manchester United player are just, they make sure they hold their ground, they stand their ground. I mean, they make sure they come together and make sure the whole thing doesn't go to Liverpool's side. They try to come with the fight.
Is it beef?
Yeah,
Is it
I mean,
rivalry?
it's a rivalry. Liverpool,
Okay.
Manchester United is always a rivalry. For the past 5 years, it's been lonely at the top for Liverpool against every time it's
Okay, so
It's demolition job against
am I
United.
thinking
Hold on.
That,
It's always
why you don't
it's-
want Liverpool to clinch that 20th title?
It is. No, yes, exactly. It's
So
a
that's the
rivalry.
spirit.
The rivalry, yes, exactly. So even if sometimes I do say this, even if Manchester United are playing terrible the whole season, they're playing terrible football the whole season. Each time they see Liverpool, it's like there's this
new spirit.
exactly. So that's exactly what happened. I mean, it's very obvious. They came.
It
They
did
played.
happen with other clubs.
Mino was just a joy to watch. The way he scored that second goal for Manchester United it was a beautiful kick. I mean, back in the post, and then you just take that shot. Reminds me of Coutinho's goal against City 2013-2014, running to the Premier League trophy where Liverpool didn't actually attain the league. But at the same time, kudos to Manchester United. They came out the second half. They did what they had to do, make sure Liverpool don't go with the 3 points, and it worked for them.
Yeah.
But to Liverpool, it felt like a loss. Actually, it felt like a huge loss.
So like I want you to touch on that because here's the thing, yeah. You say a lot of things about like United and we're kind of like focusing on United. United are irrelevant in the context of the title race. So they play no part in the title race. And you meant I don't know, you're flattering United all of a sudden.
Bro.
It's kind of like surprising me.
I don't understand.
I don't even understand. Bro, I will tell you this.
It is called respecting your opponent.
I think what's happening.
They are not a little.
I think what's happening is you've not beat them, so hype up what you couldn't beat. But the truth of the matter is, Man United have been shambolic this season. Like they've had bad years, but this year those people have been bad.
Terrible.
They've been bad. Let's not play. They've had some like little glimmers. Kobe Mainoo is. I really, really hope that if he cannot find it at United, like if he has to move to another club to be under like proper management, I think that you have.
Himself.
I think you have the potential for a generational talent in Kobe Mainoo, and this is just me. If you watch the player there, there's just so much calm and maturity. It's not just in the goals that he scores, but his capacity to just like be press resistant.
I see more of Yaya Toure in him.
I mean, he just like
controls
the ability to hold the ball and not give it away and do precisely what he wants with the football is something that I haven't seen in a long, long time. I really hope he's one of the shining lights. But Kobe Mainoo aside, the manager at United is not someone that I think will have a glooming, career. By the time he retires, he'll be just one of the people. He's not going to be the team. Everyone's looking forward to the new season. They've got a new CEO. They're hiring new staff, so a lot of things will happen there. But the title race now, Liverpool is involved. Liverpool went to Old Trafford knowing that they had to win. Liverpool went to Old Trafford understanding the situation. City's on their necks. Arsenal's on their necks. They had to win. They played a very, very bad team, and they could have killed that bad team in the first half. By the end of the first half, Liverpool had created more chances. There were more shots on goal. I think it was 10-0 or 12-0. In terms of shots on goal, comparing the two teams. Yeah. So, and then they scored first, I believe. They took the lead. They threw that game away in a title race.
Well, first of all, we need to remember that the centre-back, Kwanzaa, he made a very terrible back pass that resulted to the equalizer for Manchester United. And, he's a young boy, he's learning. So I feel he'll pick himself up.
Which like that brings me to the question I'm actually asking you. Like I'm asking this question with the context of the Premier League title race in mind. We're hearing stuff now. Oh, he's a young boy and the rest. We're in a title race. What's your confidence level? Because Jurgen Klopp said, now I'll say this, Jurgen Klopp said, he's the manager of Liverpool. He was the one there. He said it himself. If Arsenal play United and United play the way that they played against Liverpool against Arsenal will win. That's a manager talking about his rival. So there's something he understands about the situation. So I'm asking you as a Liverpool fan, seeing that and knowing even just based on what your manager said. I watched the game. Man City play Man United. Man United play that way. They get ripped to shreds. They play Arsenal. They're getting beat. Liverpool could not beat a bad Man United team. What does that say about your prospects with the other two rivals?
Well, just like I've said before, kudos to Manchester United, but for the context of the Premier League, the trophy at stake, I still feel Liverpool have a chance at the trophy. You can't still write Liverpool off. You can't write Liverpool off. So I feel it's still a three-way it's a three-horse race where anything can happen. But I'm still picking Liverpool as favourites. But if you ask me as a neutral,
You're not neutral.
Hold on. I answered the question as a Liverpool fan. Now, if you ask me as a neutral, as someone who loves football, who's not a Liverpool fan, who's not a City fan, who is not an Arsenal fan, just lover of the sport. If you ask me who are the favorites, I will tell you it's City. Yeah, because they've been in this situation for so many years where they. You remember back in past years, it was Liverpool, City who are always gunning for the title, and then somehow City pips Liverpool and grabs the title. They are used to that mentality. They are used to, oh, you play, we play. You play, we play. You get your 3 points, you get our 3 points. You get 1 point, it's done for you. We just keep getting 3 points. That is City. I think they are the most. They are the team who understands this pressure. They understand this type of diligence, this type of composure at this time of the season. Just the same way with Liverpool. So Liverpool getting a draw, it's actually bad with the context of the Premier League at stake. But I'm still saying this. If you ask me who the favorites are, I'll tell you it's City.
And after
But if
City,
you ask me, after City is definitely Liverpool.
so Arsenal are like
Arsenal
of the
are a
three.
good side. Listen, Arsenal are a good side, okay? But they've not been in this situation in a very long time.
Okay, Chappy, let's just like cool. I like let's just reroute a bit. Let's just
Okay.
like get feelers from everybody.
Okay.
So Chooks, now like you're an Arsenal fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to get your response to that. Like I don't want to go over. I don't want to be repeating myself, saying things I've already said. You get the context with what has happened with Liverpool. How are you feeling? Like, did you watch the game? Let's start there.
I didn't watch most of the Liverpool game, but yeah, of course, I saw the results and I watched some of the highlights also. Um, I mean, just like you mentioned, Liverpool played a bad Man U side and they still could not get a point, right? I mean, it happens all sometimes and all that, and in all, I mean, it was a good opportunity for Arsenal to consolidate their position on top of the table. And for me, that's most important, right? As an Arsenal fan. And I mean, it was great to see Arsenal back on the table. Arsenal scoring 3 goals away to Brighton, right? I feel like it was just that confidence booster we needed to show that we are in this for real. Before, by this time of the league, by this time in the league, just like you said, people will call us the bottling company, right?
Yeah.
It's Arsenal bottling company, ABC, right? But I mean, this time there's a lot of commitment. There's a lot of belief in the team, and that belief is what has kept them continuing to push for the title week in week out. And even at the time when it seemed that we fell short, our Arsenal fell short. We have been able to pick up ourselves and get back into the league table, on top of the league table. And not just that, we are on top of the league. We are
Yeah, you're better off goal
better
difference.
goal difference
Yep.
and everything. So all the odds are in favor of Arsenal to win the league this season. And it's not like we're even playing badly. We're actually playing
Playing
very,
good.
very, very well.
Sorry, what was the scoreline again against Brighton? 3-0. So let me just. I'm going to like say this really quickly and just like let you continue here. Last episode, Center Circle podcast, and I think even the episode before that, one of the things that a certain someone on our table said was that Arsenal have a lot of difficult games coming up.
Yeah.
And he's certain that they will not win certain games. One of the games that was mentioned was the game against Brighton.
Yeah.
And not only did Arsenal win, but they won quite comfortably. I mean, 3-0 is pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, I mean,
personally, seeing how Brighton has played their games in recent times, right? One can understand why someone would think Brighton could be a joker for and be a spanner in the wheel of our journey to the top, to clinching our first Premier League in many years, right? But at the same time, and that's why I said in all this, Arsenal have been able to demonstrate that they have the mental capacity to push further and get to the goal, which is to win the Premiership, right? So yeah, personally for me, I even thought that that game could be tricky, but a few minutes into the game, I already knew that okay, probably possibly
it made
maybe
you comfortable.
Arsenal will come out and they did exactly that. 3 unreplied goals away. I think that is a very, very emphatic statement of Arsenal's seriousness in in their journey to clinching the title.
Oh, cool. I know that is difficult now for United fans because while discussing things that we cannot really like relate to, you get like it's a title race and all that. I can't remember. United haven't even been involved in something like that in such a long time. But as a neutral, like someone looking from the outside in, what's it looking like? Like,
I think the APL is exciting to everybody now. Nobody wants the APL to go permanently as a farmers' league. What we see across the English Channel in France or Germany. And well, kudos to Guardiola and his team. They were making it look like that. But as we sit here, both Arsenal and Liverpool are on 71 points. Arsenal had drawn 5, Liverpool drawn 8. Man City are 1 point behind them. They've drawn 7. And then both City and Aston Villa, both Tottenham and Aston Villa are on 60 points each. United are a distant 49 points. So
embarrassing.
yes, and why I'm particular about this was Arsenal fell off the top by drawing with City at the Etihad, where they banished City from taking shots on target. Yes, that was a big feat. And at the first opportunity they got back to the top. You see, those are where intent matters to me.
I mean, it's probably necessary to also like factor in that draw. Liverpool went to Old Trafford, played a poor Man United team, and could have very easily ended up losing that game. Because even the penalty is very, very...
It's dicey.
It's something...
It was awarded just on intent from Bissaka because in the end there was no contact.
It's something that can be debated because we talk about intent and I don't know. Are we at the point in football now where we're giving away penalties based on intent? Because, I mean, if I intend to foul you but I don't foul you, what then is the tangible effect?
No, but there is an action. The leg was...
Yes.
It was flung out.
But there wasn't any contact.
First of all, you know why I disprove that theory? Before you go out to call a foul over an intent, I should put it, that intention has to be somewhat threatening. That tackle was
for the ball.
Was in no way threatening. It was not.
No, it's a soft penalty.
So
I was even disappointed that we didn't see VAR reviewing.
I will get to that. I will get to that.
See, my point here is that should not have even been a penalty. As a matter of fact, the Liverpool player should have been cautioned for simulation. As far as I'm concerned, because there was no contact. It was not a threatening tackle, right? You can't. So what is the intention you're talking about? The intention to injure? There was no intention to injure. The intention here was to play the ball.
You know, that's a vital area. That's the penalty.
No, bro. But it was But bro, what I'm saying.
What you just said is a very, very vital thing to know because sometimes fouls are given in officiating if it is very clear and obvious that a player's intent is not to get the ball. If it's dangerous, if you tackle from behind, for example, or you make an action towards your opponent with your studs up, even if you don't make any contact, the referee can say the ball is not in the air. If your studs are up, you're making a motion towards this player, not for the ball, and because of that, I'm fouling it. Now, in that situation, Wan-Bissaka had 100% right to try and get that
the ball. He missed the ball, missed the leg.
He missed the ball, and then the player, without any contact being activated, goes to ground. But it was clear and obvious that his intention was not to harm the player, was to get the ball. In missing the ball, no contact was initiated. So, moving on, some of the most entertaining football we've seen this season in the Champions League quarterfinal, first legs that were played. We'll talk about the Bayern-Arsenal match because there's a personal vendetta going on here, Chappy. So we'll get to you in a bit. But Manchester City, Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. Goodness gracious me. The quality of the goals that were there, like you have Puskas contenders there. You have go. Oh, no, I'm not joking.
I don't know, but
I'm not joking. What Fede Valverde did there, that equalizer to make it 3-3. That when you talk about technique on the volley, that is no joke. And then Phil Foden's goal And then we can also talk about the season Phil Foden is having as well.
Yes, that's where I'm going. When you watch highlights of Diego Armando Maradona, they will tell you he made the Mexico '86 World Cup his stage because he was at the peak of his powers. I think we can use those exact words now for Phil Foden. I wouldn't say he was the best player on the night, but as soon as Bernardo did that supply, or should I call it sub-assist, and it got to Foden, just like we're talking about, was it Elliot, the guy who won?
Yeah.
He wheeled the ball to his favorite left foot. He didn't bother entering the 18, and from there, I think it was a blinder. I don't even think the keeper saw it.
I saw that goal and I said to myself, no goalkeeper in the world.
We get that.
No goal. Look. Give the ball to Foden. Let him hold it. Let the goalkeeper stand. Let him take everybody out of the pitch. Put the ball on that exact spot that he took that shot from. Go and tell the keeper, this is the net. This is the goalpost. I'm shooting here. Right? I'm shooting here. Practice. No goalkeeper on the you break.
The commentator said
You break your arm.
Foden took that from the top shelf.
Postage stamp.
And that what a season he
And
is
what
having.
a season he's having.
You know, so it's what's this word? Pyrotechnic. You know, when you maybe 31st December, 1st January, those fireworks, those were what that match was. Electrifying, end to end. You don't know what you are expecting. And then the goals were coming in quote from the unlikely sources. Because when Vinicius dinked in from the wing to supply Valverde, I would have also predicted that was the screamer coming. And like you said, the volley, the technique, the positioning, the precision.
It's
I think we should be. How is it said? We should stay tuned for the return.
for the like here's the thing here. That Fede Valverde goal, there's so many things to admire about that goal. Because first of all, Vinicius picks out that pass perfectly. I'm sorry to say this for people with certain loyalties watching the podcast, but Marcus Rashford doesn't make that pass. Marcus Rashford can't make that pass. I don't think Bruno Fernandes can make that pass. Vinicius on the ball. Two players in front of him, has the foresight and the knowledge to know that the best pass to pick out is on the other side, almost moving the ball backwards to the absolute opposite of where it was going. Most players are thinking of taking on a shot or finding the two guys ahead of them in the box. No, where is the space? And then not just that you have the foresight and the vision to locate the space, but the execution as well.
Well weighted.
And it's so well weighted that Fede almost has no other option but to shoot.
A delicious volley.
It's so well perfectly placed that you can't really do anything else.
The
with
ball
it.
went this
You
way.
shoot.
He did a reverse angle,
And then
the net looked empty.
he sent it back where it was coming from. Executed so pinpoint perfectly. Goalkeeper has not a prayer. He doesn't even move. He probably sees the ball by the time it's in the back of the net. Like that's how glorious that goal was and how glorious that match was. And it's just...
But personally for me, right, I have my own opinion about that game. I think in as much as they're very great goals from Manchester City, I think the first goal, that's Bernardo's goal, and the last goal could have been very, very much avoided.
Prevented by Madrid.
I think especially the third goal.
Guardiola.
Yeah, especially the third goal.
They could have closed him down quicker.
It was so exposed. Right? It was a very, very much avoided, that could have been avoided. Right? So in as much as it was a good goal, right, in terms of the execution, I thought that
the Madrid players could have closed him down quicker.
Allowed it for real, and it's disappointing.
Just to
Maybe I think
play-
the reason why that happened was because they saw he's a defender.
No,
They're like, this guy is
No, that aside, like watching it in real time, if I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, but the thing that I saw was the first touch from Guardiola was actually very, very bad. So, and this is a time where Man City are chasing the game. So they're trying their best to keep possession. It's like keep the ball, pass the ball, try and penetrate, move it forward. Everyone is keeping the ball as close to them as possible. So Real Madrid at this point, they're in a fixed position. No one is being too much in the press. They're trying to like just maintain their shape. Guardiola gets the ball and he takes a very bad touch.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
it.
bad.
That he runs. He has to run
He has
to
to,
the ball.
yeah, exactly. The touch is so bad that none of the Madrid players almost
Camavinga.
anticipates that
was off his spot.
Yeah, they're staying so I don't understand. They're in such a fixed position that they almost don't expect the touch that bad.
Yeah.
And the touch is so out of place
Yeah.
that even the Madrid players have to run a distance to even get to it. Guardiola then takes the run, and I think a lot of them think, okay, instead of just like, let's just keep the shape. If we move, maybe we're out of position. Let's just keep the shape. And then he takes the shot. Goodness gracious me. What a shot, though. Like,
man, personally for me,
what?
I just
It
felt
was a very, very unique goal from the defender.
First goal for Man City since he arrived as well.
I mean, again, I still think it was
Avoidable.
They could have done better with closing in. I mean, there was just again, you can still maintain your position, right? But cover up the spaces. This guy had so much space in front of him to be able to take that shot without it getting blocked. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying run to him, but cover up that line. Right? That line of defense was so porous. Right? Then speaking about the first goal also, I thought the keeper could have done better with that save, in as much as it was a tricky free kick, right?
Oh, okay, Bernardo's
right?
goal.
Yeah, Bernardo's goal.
Okay.
There was, I mean, the keeper should have done. I mean, he had the ball. The ball was close to him, right? Was he trying to get the ball? Was he trying to catch the ball? He could have just parried the ball out of the. For me, it showed a poor sense of judgment in that. I don't know, maybe because the game was just starting and he was
cold-blooded.
Yeah, but then even at that point of the competition, right, where everything is at stake, you must be 100% alert from when the whistle is blown, right? And even if someone tries to pull his trick like that, you should even make better decisions with how you save the ball. And he did not make a great decision with saving the ball, and that's why that goal entered. Because in as much as it was a tricky free kick, he was not far off from the keeper was not far off from the ball. He could have done way better. That's the point I'm trying to make, and that's why I still say that the first goal by City and the last goal could have been very, very much avoided.
Okay.
That's my point.
Well, the only thing I have to say about the game was the mentality from both teams. Wow, that is football heaven. Both teams were just attack, score beautiful goal, score beautiful goal, score beautiful goal, score beautiful goal. Do you know, I was actually viewing the Arsenal game and the Madrid game at the same time, but I had to just put the Arsenal game
to one side.
and just
I
view. I just needed to see all the attacking.
I know why.
No,
No
offense. No, I'm sorry. See,
We know why.
No offense.
We know why.
No offense.
Let's hear him
no
out. At
offense.
least there was a better match on going.
Exactly.
Well, am I
I mean,
right?
there's a bigger game. There's a bigger game with
You see?
greater goals. So I was like, yo, let me feel the Madrid game, and
Well, I think
I
outside
think we
Chappy because the stakes were higher.
exactly.
And the tempo.
And you just need to understand that the winner from the City Madrid game will definitely go on to win the competition. That's what I think. Whoever qualifies to the semi-final will win
It's
the
a
trophy.
tough fixture.
Okay. So just moving on from this fixture, Man City, Real Madrid, 3-3, heading to the Etihad. Who's
Well,
your
there's
pick?
no more away goals rule, but it's like City starting on a clean slate. You went away, came back home in quote unscathed. Nothing has. You are not coming back with a deficit.
Treasure,
You are not on a back foot, and so possibly you may want to ride the wave of home support. But it is still at this Etihad 2 seasons ago that Benzema was clinical enough from behind for Madrid to come and then go all the way to become eventual champions. And with Madrid and the Champions League, it's hard betting
It's
against them. I would say City have the
it's a long
momentum,
story.
but against Madrid, I'm just in limbo.
It's a
so
love story.
because basically what he's saying is he can't pick. He can't.
No, I can't pick between.
You
I don't
can't
know if
pick
you
between
guys
the
want to
two.
pick.
I mean, if you
I
guys
feel,
are
just like I said too, whichever team qualifies,
He's asking which team.
which team do you think will pull away?
that is exactly. This is why I was saying something about experience, and that is why when I was talking about the chances of Arsenal winning the Champions League, I said there are some experience, or should I say, information about a particular club that needs to be studied. Madrid are a serial Champions League winning team. They don't joke with it. They can let Barcelona or Atletico Madrid get the La Liga, but the European Cup, they don't joke with it at all. In fact, if you're a manager in Madrid and then you win the League Cup and then you don't do well in the Champions League, you get sacked. That is exactly what I was saying when I was talking about Arsenal, Bayern Munich. No offense, I still say this and I still stand on my word. Arsenal are a good side. They are a good, very, very good side. But when you place a team like Madrid, City, Bayern, Dortmund, Atletico, I mean the other teams that are in the quarterfinal, you need to understand something. One team there just stands out. Of all the teams, one team just looks like a god in a particular jersey. They are just gods in a particular jersey, and that is Madrid. Madrid beat Liverpool twice in Champions League final, one in 2018, 2019. Yeah, and then the other one in the 2021-2022 season, if I'm not mistaken. Madrid are serial Champions League winners. They don't joke with it. In fact, last season when City eliminated them from the Champions League, I feel they got betrayed by their performances. They feel betrayed by the way they performed because City have not won it before until last season. So I think now they're ready to correct that mistake and continue for where they stop. I see them getting their 15th Champions League trophy, and that is why I say when a team like Arsenal gets to face Madrid in the final or semi-final, let us say they progress and I get to wear the Arsenal jersey for one episode, and unfortunately for Gunners, they get to meet Madrid.
I mean, okay, like I'll ask you a question about the fixture, but you've just got to love Chappy Chase. Somebody asked him a question about who he feels will come out on top
You
between
went
Real
on
Madrid
episode.
and Man City,
You just
and
you
he found a way to involve Arsenal in his answer.
I mean, man, the banter is
It's incredible. Chooks, who do you think has it? Like Madrid, City, what do you think?
for this.
Yeah, the return
For
leg
the
at the
return leg.
Etihad.
God damn.
Too close to go.
I mean, it's too close to call. Because I mean, we've seen Madrid go to the Etihad to pick up a win before and everything, and it's not impossible for that to happen again, right? But at the same time, we know going to the Etihad for any team, either it's in the Champions League, Premier League, or either any of these competitions, it's a hard knock to crack, right? Thinking that you're just going to come to Man City and walk them over at the Etihad, it's almost impossible. But it's a Champions League, and which team is better poised to do that than Real Madrid? So again, I expect a very, very interesting second leg, right? That will give off this level of razzmatazz that's happened in the first leg. Hopefully, we have goals that are not easy goals, so to speak. Not trying to downplay
Some of the City goals.
the goals that City scored, but like I keep maintaining that those goals were very, very, very avoidable, right? But yeah, I personally for me, I think I keep my fingers crossed. I'm just expecting to see an intriguing second leg.
Cool. I will agree with Chappy Chase on one thing though. I think I agree. Whoever comes out of that game, that tie, Man
title
City
contender.
is you will need to beat them to win. They're going to go all the way. And then we move on to the other fixture, which I think will be of very, very big interest to Chooks and Chappy Chase for different reasons. Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Now, let me point this out before we get into the nitty gritty of the game and how you both individually feel.
Sorry, I want to make a correction. Madrid have actually not won on City at the Etihad
Or they just
anyway.
drew. They just qualified at the Etihad.
Yeah, so I think.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, yes.
Thanks
Because
for
I
that.
wanted to argue that, but
No, because there was
I
a
just-
Benzema
I-
hat trick.
I just said
Thanks
let
for
me
that. Thanks
let
for
me go
that.
back
But
and
I'm sure
check.
you got the message.
Good. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. See, Chappy stayed on
You
point.
know your shit.
On the last episode of the Center Circle podcast, I said something to Chappy Chase. We had a bit of a disagreement. And I said something. My conclusion on the issue between Arsenal and Bayern Munich, I said, whoever comes out of that tie will earn it. The history between Arsenal and Bayern Munich is not one that Arsenal fans would like to remember. It's not been favorable. They've been raw dogging Arsenal in Europe. But I said something to Chappy, to which he disagreed, and I said, whoever comes out of this tie is going to earn it. There is no way Bayern Munich is going to whip this Arsenal team the way they've been whipping Arsenal teams in the past. Now, we saw the game play out. Tightly contested game of football, which I anticipated, and a game that a lot of people think and feel that Arsenal could have won if it wasn't for something that had to do with the officiating, which we will get to. But before we get into that, because that's a topic on its own, that needs proper conversation. But before getting into that, I would just like to find out from you how how are you feeling moving into, because now they come to the Emirates. You went to the Allianz Arena and got a 2-2 draw with Bayern Munich. Now they come to the Emirates. So I just feel Arsenal fans are going to feel like their chances are really, really high.
I mean, we're going to the game was played at the Emirates.
Oh,
actually.
I'm so sorry.
So we're going to Bayern Munich to play them, and again, especially this season, Arsenal has demonstrated so far that home and away they come to the party, right? So I expect them to carry on with the same kind of energy going to the next game. To the game in 7 days. It's something that they actually need to do to show that they are actually ready to be taken serious in Europe. And again, they've demonstrated that. So I expect to see them go and fight till the last minute. Thankfully, the whole away goals rule and everything is no longer in place. So it's just like going to play a fresh game, right? And in this at this stage for teams like that, I'm not sure anyone should be thinking about home and away, right? You block out your head from tens of thousands of fans screaming at the stands, right? All you need to do is focus on the game, right? So the only time it would have been a problem is probably the home and away game rule still in force. But now that is out of the way, I expect Arsenal to even possibly go and pick up a win in Bayern Munich. It's possible, right? And I expect that that's the mentality that they should go with in going to the game.
There's new context about touchdown in the sec. Chappy, so what's up? You were the one and please let's not let's be very, very clear here. As far as you were concerned,
It's going to be a walkover.
Arsenal were going to chop it from Bayern's hand. That has not happened. Let us also remind you that you are under there's a bet hanging over your head. If Arsenal qualify, you wear that jersey.
I'm not panicking.
Okay, so just
still
let me
good.
know. So what's the
confident.
vibes?
Still confident, still good. Arsenal won't qualify. They're going to Allianz Arena. Play against Bayern Munich. The home advantage is something we all know that happens in the Champions League competition. We all know that you had your chance at the Emirates. You should have utilized it. You have killed that game after you scored your first goal. That goal from Saka was actually a very beautiful goal. I won't lie. The finesse on that shot was crazy. I saw the goal. I actually clapped. I said, okay.
For real?
I can
Oh, for
imagine.
real?
No,
I
see,
can imagine you
Oh,
clapping
for real?
Let me,
for
let,
more
me,
than
let, me
just
say, let me say something.
Clap in front of
Let me-
everything.
Clap for
Let me
my
say-
front.
Let me say something.
My brother, we're not with you in your
Let
house.
me say-
Clap,
let-
clap
let me-
here.
let me say something.
Chappy,
The thing is,
Chappy,
when we talk
Chappy,
about-
Chappy. Clap, clap, clap. Clap for Saka,
I'm
man.
not playing with them. See, the truth is, when we want to talk about sports, football, I have two personalities, two persona. The first one is the real part of me that talks about football. The second part is the part of me that loves to troll. Most of the time, the trolling part comes in, and then nobody really understands, and then you guys speak the words for, oh, but he said it. Actually, the fact is, when Saka scored that goal yesterday, I was impressed. But to be very honest, I didn't want the Gunners to win.
Ah.
Yes, but I just
And
love
you
the
were
fact.
feeling
Is that
impressed.
trolling?
No, I'm actually
Okay.
being honest
Okay.
because I have a bet. I don't want to wear your jersey.
You go where am
So now, mind you, when Gunners scored the goal, I said, "Man, what is this?" Although the goal was beautiful, but I was like, "Oh, okay." Then Gnabry came up, King came up, and it ended in a 2-2 draw. There's no problem. You're going to the Alliance Arena. Let's see what happens.
You know what? I'm actually going to say this. I personally want to see you put that jersey on, but I can't lie.
Okay.
I like at this point I sense that it's Arsenal have impressed me this season, but 2-2, now leaving the Emirates, now going to the Allianz Arena. I would love to see you wear that Arsenal jersey. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
But
if once Arsenal have fulfilled their part,
of course,
Of
of
the
course.
pact.
But the thing is, I'm actually seeing things from your perspective in a way now because it's starting to stack up.
because
right?
if you observe the first leg, Bayern had no fans.
Exactly. It's starting to stack up. Arsenal played Bayern at home,
In a
full
fan-based-
full Arsenal capacity stadium because Bayern Munich fans serving one match ban.
Exactly.
And then 2-2 draw. Now heading back to the Allianz Arena with Bayern and the fans that know the current situation, know it's 2-2 with the season they've had and everything.
Exactly.
They're going to do everything to create an absolutely toxic
Crazy
atmosphere
Exactly.
for the Arsenal players. And it's going to be a very, very serious test for the Arsenal players because you talk about mentality. Well, you're going to have to show it there.
Exactly.
Anyway, I think there's an old former coach of Bayern Munich. He said there are places they regard as football cathedral, and the Allianz Arena is one of them. Anfield, Old Trafford, possibly in its glory days. Santiago Bernabeu. I want to
Come.
believe that they've recruited new cathedrals in Etihad, maybe France, but previously.
Just to say, I'm not sure about the Etihad.
No, well,
There's a
we
reason.
can't
There's a
write
reason.
them off
There's a reason
if
it's
they are
called the
defending.
empty hand.
Well,
It's
okay,
always-
it's okay. So, but I'm going to say this: Arsenal should prepare both for the team Thomas Tuchel will roll out and the fans, because as we
Tough
know,
man.
an hungry man is an angry man. The fans are returning angry. They will be at their loudest, and I don't think they will do Arsenal any favor. That will be their intent. But if you look at the trajectory of that match, I think Arteta can win it. Because look, that match, 12th minute, Bukayo Saka's collar, Arsenal were in the lead. When that happens at the Allianz Arena, you pack your balls. Okay, 18th minute, Arsenal conceded 2 familiar goals. Serge Gnabry, and then 32 minutes, Hurricanes penalty. So these are familiar devils. Gnabry was your homeboy before he moved. King
Harry Kane.
was the guy who was
Tormented them with Spurs.
a rival in London Derby.
In one of the last bits of action in the game, Bukayo Saka, Manuel Neuer. Some people think it should have been a penalty. Some people think it's possible that it's not a penalty. Watching the game live, one of the commentators on the game for Sky was Rio Ferdinand on the ground, and he said he was walking around the pitch with his head in his hands, wondering how on earth that was not given as a penalty. I've heard different sides of the debate. I'm curious to know what you guys think.
Well, I think two things. Ferdinand could be said to be playing a sentimental card, a thoroughbred Englishman, hoping that an English team, unselfishly, now he's not an Arsenal man, but an English team gets the favor, gets the call. Now, professionally speaking, that was a 95th minute incident. That's a time a match can get blown psychologically. You have the result poised at 2-2. Oh, people are resigned. Find out, okay, it's a draw. And then you bring that kind of call. Nothing will go wrong. That's one thing I like the champions. Their rules are firm. In fact, let me use this word. Their rules are Catholic. Yeah. But 95th minute, that larger than life personality, Manuel Neuer, I think he was recalled. He has not kept in goal all season against the Bukayo Saka, in quotes, David versus Goliath, if you ask me. But you see, those are the kind of times UEFA or whatever their names are, VAR should be proving their mettle. Let's see that you even paid attention. Just like we said in the Man United Liverpool analysis, let's see you go to VAR. Let's see you do something.
exactly, a
Like
review.
you had a review, you analyzed, and then these fans are waiting with bated breath. You come back and each time a ref is coming back from that VAR, you just be like, well, anything, because by then some actions have been taken. But I don't know. Believe me, in my village where I'm from, if an infant wrestles with an adult and the adult plucks out all your teeth, but you manage to lift that adult and hit the back on the ground, the whole village will take you up like you've done something an infant couldn't do. In this case, Arsenal, for me, maybe I may be sentimental like Rio Ferdinand, but at least attention be paid that call. Maybe they get that goal. Let Bayern prove a champion's mettle. I'm sorry to bring here. We've seen Real Madrid on back foot against clubs they will be needing 3 goals. And an individual Cristiano Ronaldo will turn games on their head in return legs. 3 hat tricks. He did that even at Juve against Atletico. So let Bayern go and prove this mettle we know them for. I think this season, kudos should be given to Arsenal. At the beginning of this season, nobody saw them here competing on 2 fronts in very tight situations. So I think Rio Ferdinand has a point, if you ask me.
In conclusion, I just personally feel like maybe it's a topic we'll talk about one of the days on Center Circle podcast. And it will obviously come to that because we see these things happen, especially in the Premier League a lot. Good officiating should be demanded. I don't think that the referee should be thinking, oh, it's the 95th minute, so I'm not going to give this penalty because of, I feel like
To me, it doesn't make sense.
I feel like as a referee, you should be, to a certain extent, emotionally removed from the situation and just call the rules to the letter and not really concern yourself with the timing, the impact of the timing or anything like that. So, but anyway, it's been lovely talking to you guys again. We still got PSG and Barcelona to look forward to. We've got the one that no one is really talking about, which is Atletico Dortmund. So, I mean, I think that that fixture, whoever comes out of that fixture is not. I mean, they'll probably be out in the next round.
They'll be all right.
But who knows? They'll be all right. They tried. So, but who knows? Who knows? And also the return fixtures. I can't wait for City Madrid Part 2. But another thing I can't wait for, one of my favorite parts of the Center Circle podcast is where I get to ask you guys questions and expose your ignorance or sometimes your knowledge to the audience. Now, today we're going to put a very, very different spin on it because I'm not going to just ask random questions. I have an Arsenal fan with me, I have a Liverpool fan with me, and I've got a Manchester United fan with me. So it's only fair that I ask each of you questions about your specific clubs. Okay. So today we'll go around a question each about your particular club. I'm going to go 3 for 3, and we'll see who knows more about their club. Sounds good now.
Yeah, let's go.
Chooks, we'll start with you. Arsenal.
Why me, bro?
We'll start with you.
Why me?
Like, was the manager of Arsenal when they won the Premier League title in their unbeaten season in the 2003-2004 season.
La Professor.
I don't know. Arsene Wenger. You see what I mean? Like that is
This is
that-
malicious.
that is peasy.
This
easy.
is-
Don't
no.
look at me, guys. I'm not the
My
one who
brother.
like set this up.
No.
Giant, are you good?
Go ahead.
Okay, Liverpool is up next.
Okay.
Who was Liverpool's manager when they won the UEFA Champions League in the 2004-2005 season?
Rafa Benitez.
Rafael Benitez.
Ah,
So that's
nice.
so that one is not easy.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
That one is
very
not
nice.
easy.
Question number 2. Everybody has one apiece. Question number 2. Now here on I will start to the field.
Okay.
Which player scored the winning goal for Arsenal in the 2002 FA Cup final against Chelsea?
Sylvain Withold.
No. 2 more tries. 2002 FA Cup final, Chelsea.
I pass.
You passed. Okay.
Yeah.
So the answer to that question is Ray Powell. Ray Powell scored the winning goal for Arsenal in 2002 FA Cup final against Chelsea.
Okay.
Liverpool. Which player scored Liverpool's famous comeback goal in the 2005 UEFA Champions League final against AC Milan?
First, it was Steven Gerrard, Captain Fantastic. The second goal was Dietmar Hamann, the German machine. And then the third goal was, manager extraordinaire.
That second goal, I don't think it's that man.
It is Hamann.
Someone is
It's an
here.
Is
outside
it a
shot.
man of Smiker or somebody?
Well,
It's Hamann.
these
The last goal, answer now.
The last goal was,
The penalty.
Yeah.
by
Xabi Alonso.
well, the
The one where they
answer-
ask you, you know answer.
The answer is Steven Gerrard scored Liverpool's first goal in the comeback against AC Milan in 2005. So you people know your clubs. This is really good. United question. Which player scored Manchester United's winning goal in the 2008 UEFA Champions League final against Chelsea?
Ryan Giggs.
Uh,
Penalty.
Yes. Number 3. Who was Arsenal's top scorer during the 2009-2010 Premier League season?
2009, 2010, Emmanuel Adebayo.
No. 2 more.
2009, 2010. Phew. I'll pass.
Pass again.
Yeah.
Is it Eduardo?
No. Don't try.
2000.
Robin Van Persie.
Robin Van Persie, like it was so on the news, so obvious. Robin Van Persie was Arsenal's top scorer in 2009-2010.
Yeah. I said I was gonna fail. Yeah.
Liverpool question. Who was Liverpool's top scorer during the 2013-2014 Premier League season?
That season was the season that broke my heart.
I know you remember this one.
Top scorer.
Top scorer.
Lucho. He won the highest goal scorer in the Premier League.
Just answer
The,
the question.
in
Just
Europe.
answer the
He was the
question.
highest goal scorer in Europe.
Guy.
He got the highest assist.
This guy.
He got the highest.
guy.
He got the highest assist in Premier League.
Yeah,
that
the
same
for
season.
G.
He
For
missed
G
the
scoring
first 7
about.
games. The first 5 or 7 games of that season.
Keep this
And
history.
scored
Just answer the
31
damn
goals.
question, guy.
That is El Lucho, El Pistolero, Luis Suarez. Come on, don't play. Don't play.
You know, at this point, this is the last question because you guys seem to like basically, I don't know whether you people like lived in these clubs. So last one for Manchester United to see if we have a tie. If you miss this, then Chappy Chase is the winner for this episode. Please don't miss it because this guy will brag. Okay. Oh, I missed. Okay, yes, actually, this is the question. Which player scored Manchester United's winning goal in 2004 FA Cup final against Millwall?
2004. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
No.
Teddy Sheringham.
No. Last one. Please.
2004.
2004. Not 1980. 2004. 4.
Paul Scholes.
No.
Was he a striker?
How?
Just because hold on. Just because I gave
Okay.
Chappy that chance,
They win, okay.
I will give it to you.
Okay.
He was in fact a striker.
2004.
You have one goal
Who
at
was
this,
that man
one
you-
striker, FA Cup final.
Alan Smith.
The answer is Ruud
Saha.
van
Okay.
Nistelrooy.
Oh.
Ruud van
I
Nistelrooy
thought they
scored.
had left.
Round of applause to Chappy Chase.
Manchester United today. Chappy Chase, the absolute worst person to win.
I mean,
No
You
humility.
gloat,
I
you
understand.
gloat about this.
I understand.
No,
the
not
haters.
No
Yes.
humility. You can go and visit this guy in his house now. Have it framed.
Yes,
Winner
now
of
we
I
know.
mean, it's not
trivia
easy.
Yes, now.
in Central
In
Circle
the den
podcast.
of an Arsenal fan and Manchester United fan.
Then
The den. I mean,
He
this
has,
is a
he
line
has,
of
he has a
den.
pattern for heavy words.
He has.
he likes to play the victim.
Exactly,
bro.
That
Yeah,
is-
I mean, this is
and
bad.
that's a Liverpool fan thing. They like to be victims. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been another awesome episode talking about football with these, as I said at the top of the episode, absolute maniacs. We hope you catch us again soon. Have a great day.
Ciao.